Hello, people of YouTube. I'm your host, Steve Gray. This is Financially Ruined. Thank you for watching. Today we're talking about billionaires and why you will never become one. That is right. You will never become a billionaire. And the sooner you get that mindset, the better. Because it's not going to happen for 99.5% of us. Let's be realistic. Less than 1% of the world is billionaires, and every single one of those billionaires has been built on generational wealth. And guess what? The majority of us don't have that. I don't have that. Whoever's watching this video probably doesn't have it. Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, to name four. Every single one of those have something in common. They had parents that had money. Lots of money to invest in them. Now, all of them, I can admit, had fantastic ideas. They figured out the system, and they took that money that their parents invested of them, which was millions of dollars in today's equivalent, and made billions of dollars. But you can't make $1 billion without screwing everyone underneath you. That's just how it works. The guy at the bottom is getting paid minimum wage. There's a good chance they're on food stamps. They're not living in a house. They're living in a rundown single-family apartment, and over half of their income goes to paying for that crappy apartment. The other half goes to electricity, food, a car, because you have to have a car for transportation, insurance, possibly student debt, credit card debt, things along those lines, and they're lucky if they have $50 over at the end of the month. Because the majority of Americans are paycheck to paycheck. That's how it works right now. You may not like it, you may not want to hear it, but that is the world that we live in with billionaires. And now, is being a billionaire a bad thing? I mean, if you're the one with the money, probably not. But I personally don't think billionaires should exist. That's where I'm at. You may disagree, but be noted. If you're in the mind that, if I work hard enough, if I just pull myself up by my bootstraps, one day I could become a billionaire too. No, you can't. No, you can't. So you'll be a millionaire. Statistically, everybody at some point in their life will have earned $1 million minimum. So just working, if you're working from 18 to 63, I think is when you can get full Social Security benefit or somewhere around there. Statistically, during that time range, you will have made at least $1 million, maybe a couple million, depending on what you're doing, but you are nowhere near $1 billion. So let's go to the average price house. The average price of a house is about $400,000, $450,000. That is not even 1% of your money as a billionaire. That's how crazy $1 billion is. If you took $1 billion, put it in stocks, just a typical stock portfolio that on average earns about 10% every year, if you did nothing for the rest of your life, every year you would earn $100 million by just doing nothing because you got $1 billion. That's how crazy that is. 10% of $1 billion is $100 million. It's ridiculous. That is unfathomable. If you earned $1 million a year and worked your entire career, you would be nowhere near $1 billion. You would have about 63 million. We'll say you worked 63 years for some reason. No, not even. Well, the average working career is 30 to 40 years. So we'll say 40. You have $40 million. That is not even a tenth of $1 billion. That's how unfathomable that number is. You could buy an entire town, every house on a street, and probably still have $900 million left over. What are you doing? What would you even do with that kind of money? It does not make sense to me. So the point of this video is try to get out of that mindset. Try to get out of the mindset that you want to make $1 billion. It's not necessarily a bad mindset to have, but you're better off wanting to be a millionaire because that is an achievable goal. $1 billion is not an achievable goal for 99% of people. Unless your parents are extremely wealthy and they are able to invest in some idea, and then your idea is amazing, like Amazon, SpaceX, Tesla, Microsoft, something along those lines, Unless you have $1 billion idea, it's not going to happen. And most ideas are multi-million dollars. I don't know. The person that invented the Frisbee, they never made $1 billion. They made millions of dollars, but not $1 billion. The flashlight, the toilet, so on and so forth. None of these people are billionaires. They're all multimillionaires, and there's nothing wrong with that. A multimillionaire makes sense. That is an achievable goal, that if you keep investing your money over time, stocks, bonds, gold, silver, housing, collectibles, Legos, comic books, guitars, whatever you want to invest in, over time, statistically, you'll make a couple $1 million. You'll have a decent life, with retirement. Obviously, the idea is to get to that number faster. It's not an age. Retirement isn't an age, it's a number. And that number is about $2 million for the majority of the U.S. If you can get $2 million in your account and you're investing it, getting about 10% return every year, you'll have about $200,000. Now keep in mind, of that $200,000, there's a portion of it that's going to taxes. So let's just take away, even if we took away half of that, that's not going to be half, but even if we took away half of that, you would still have $100,000 a year to play with. And that's the number where you want to be at, is, typically in the $2 million range. So that's why you try to keep investing when you're young. You don't touch it, and you just keep going. If you can run your own business, the best way to get rich is ultimately running your own business. Unfortunately, you are not going to get rich working for somebody else. Very few people do, unless someone elects you to a CEO board. Then maybe if you're the CEO of some major company, possibility. But yet again, those people have a history of wealth in their family. Their family was able to get them in those higher up positions, 9 out of 10. Most of these people have not come from nothing. And that is the issue, is you think, oh, he came from nothing, and then you look into his background. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He had rich parents. His parents were able to give him several $100,000. He was able to take that money and invest it and make a lot of money, which is what you want to do with it, ultimately. But you have to have the know-how, and you have to have someone investing in you, because if you don't, then you're never getting to $1 billion. So focus on millions. That's what I want you to do. Focus on millions, not billions. It's not going to happen. I don't know how, there's got to be a way to tax them to help everybody else out, but we haven't fully figured that out yet. Someone even said if Elon Musk could single-handedly end world hunger, and Elon Musk said, show me how to do it, and I will. So we need a plan. They're not always unreasonable. They are willing to spend their money to help other people sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. So we need to figure out a plan, and someone show Elon Musk how to end world hunger, please. Just show him how to do that, and he might actually do it. That'd be cool. I don't know how to end world hunger. All I could say is we take an entire country that has very fertile soil, and we just grow a bunch of food, fruits and vegetables. I mean, technically, it'd be nice to have meat. You don't technically need to have meat. You can sustain yourself on fruits and vegetables. So that would be convenient for everybody. But I digress. Invest your money, focus on the millions, keep working. If you want to make your own business, by all means, do it. But at the end of the day, I don't know what I would do for my own business. The things that I wanted to be my own personal business is not financially sound anymore. A music store, for instance, probably not the best idea to open a music shop right now. All of them are failing. Even the small mom and pop ones are not doing that hot. Everybody just buys stuff online now. Nobody's going in the store anymore. So that is the unfortunate reality. It would have to be like a combo thing. It'd probably have to be like a full-blown pawn shop to make money. And then I'd have to know about everything, and not just guitars. So the other thing was maybe a brewery, but I don't know enough about beer, and I'm not a huge beer drinker myself. I like some of the fancier stuff, but there's so many in my area, and the state that I'm in is not worth the money. It'll be a very long time before I got any money back, and I'd probably owe a lot of people a bunch of money in the process. So, you got to have it's got to make financial sense to run your own business. Maybe start with lawn care. Everybody needs their lawn cut. Everybody needs snow removed. So that's always a good one. Lawn maintenance. But yeah, I'll leave you with that. So why aren't you a billionaire? Here's the reasons why in this video. Subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like, share, comment. Let me know what you want to see for future, finance videos. Do you want me to like budget something out? Like maybe someone give me what you're working with the budget and what I think you can afford type of thing? Or do you want me just to kind of do random videos like this? It's a new channel. One video every Saturday is my goal for this channel right now. One longer video, not doing shorts at the moment. I might at some point. But that's the goal, is just to remind myself of some things too in terms of finances and hopefully help somebody out along the way. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.